And hello, Mixer. How you guys doing? Back again. Semi-different party. Same location. Different bounty. Getting some stuff done, and then we'll possibly be back again midnight. So let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and meet our party today. We'll get some sweet beats for them to come in on, because everyone needs sweet beats, right? And we'll put it there and just put it down. So, hello, party.
Hello there.
Hello, Seth.
Oh, we got sweet beats behind you guys. It's fine. So, Nazi, you put this together, to my knowledge at least.
Yes, sir.
So, please set us up. Tell us what you've done, where you're going, etc.
We went not too long ago to Wild Reach, and we talked to several people. One of the people we talked to was Archduke Elmoira about an issue that they were having with animals being killed near Rainy Woods. About that were not just being killed, but were almost like they're being killed for sport. So Marcus gathered a party to go basically see what's going on, like how these things were being killed, why they were being killed, and try to stop it.
Okay. So what is Amberwind's basically striding out after a successful mission, chest puffed out. I talked to Mephits. I saved a squirrel, As Marcus, you guys are, rushing in to go, try and do this in as much daylight as you have left. So, we see, the party that was waiting for Amberwind and Sora literally just come by, pick Amberwind up off the back, and head into the teleportation circle.
Sora about faces.
No one's picking you up, Sora. I'm sorry, dear.
That's okay.
Pyro would.
Pyro would.
Marcus picks up Amberwind. He's like, "Come on, you're coming with me." Looks at Sora. He goes, Please come with me."
Of course, Marcus.
We're off to an adventure. We're off to an adventure.
If it was Gahal, he would at least try to carry Sora.
Oh god, do you actually try to carry me?
No, not Xyz, but if it was Gahal, he would try at least.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Call would totally try. So, in as just give us a picture. Just no. Wild Reach, Marcus.
Marcus nods, please.
Rubs his hands together, throws out his hands as the arcane energy seeps from his fingertips, lighting up the ruins, and you just hear him under his breath very slightly. Please don't be still camping out in the stone, and you vanish.
Wait, what was that?
That's a long story. You should have seen it. Autumn was camping on the stone, and the teleportation circle wouldn't work. Over and over and over. She was probably there for 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm. She had a nice little tent set up.
Like, literally, she couldn't set up the tent next to it?
Nope.
It's Autumn.
She wanted to be ready. She was very excited.
So, you guys arrive, and within technically city walls, you're past the doors, but you're in again one of those big stone setups. As they look to you, and you guys kind of step off. And Marcus, you do notice something when there's a few kind of what you would consider people you would hire to discuss or kind of calm down, whether they be traveling merchants or whatever. Basically country service representatives, CSRs. They're apologizing that they had no idea their circle wasn't working, and we're sorry for any inconvenience, and they're going up all, She's made someone's life hard.
Did they offer free minutes for
They
the
offer
inconvenience?
free sendings,
Oh.
future, no change, no charge.
Ooh. We can definitely take advantage of this.
You can, if you like.
Marcus smiles and, nods to him and, thanks him. And just asks basically what happened.
Oh, someone must have set up a camp. We found lots of nuts and, you know, a tree doll, a doll made out of a tree. Looked like it was hugged quite vigorously.
Marcus slowly turns his head to Sora.
Sore nuts.
So,
Okay.
where are you guys off to?
We're off to go talk to Archduke Elamora.
Archduke?
No, Archdruid. I'm sorry.
Let's say, we don't know of an Archduke here. So, you guys make your way down to the River Rock Meadow as the Circle of Shepherds location. And, you know, you see the Wood Elf female, she sees you coming and begins to walk towards you.
Xyz is definitely looking at this elf.
He's a human, right, Axis?
Yes.
She looks back towards you with the same amazed expression, and she just smiles and goes, I know I'm fabulous, dear. And looks to Marcus. So then, are you ready for your task?
Marcus looks at the party around him. Are you all ready?
I'm always ready.
Sora bows her head. Of course, Marcus.
Yes.
Marcus bows his head to the Archdruid. He asks, do you have a map of the location? Is there anything else you can tell us about these animals? Has it happened again?
She nods. More corpses are found. She motions for you to open the gate and starts walking towards the trees.
Marcus puts his arms behind his back and follows.
Sora opens the gate.
Marcus is over the gate. He puts his arms on his back. I am noble. I will not touch that filthy gate.
Sorry, Marcus misunderstood the statement.
Yeah, no, I know. It's okay. I'm just having fun with it.
My apologies, Sora.
Because it's anti-Marcus.
Okay. Anti-Marcus.
One kid just looks over and goes, wow, he's mean. He made that dragonborn open the door for him.
He's my friend.
Marcus just looks totally ashamed. He looks mortified at this point.
One little girl walks over to Sora, pats her on the knee because you're so tall. She goes, it's okay. When I was a slave, I thought they were my friends too. And she taps her knee and walks away.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie.
She goes, I'm a druid now, it's good. And she just runs off playing with the kids.
Marcus just looks around. Did I just get called a slaver?
Everyone looks up at Marcus, but Marcus, that can't be the worst thing you've been called lately.
That's not even the worst thing I've been called by Roland.
That's true.
Can verify.
Sora looks to you. I'm not calling you master.
But Master
Oh!
Dawnbringer.
Look, she just called the master, I was right. Someone shouts out.
Master Dawnbringer, this way.
Don't do this to me.
Who has passive perceptions? Who has passive perceptions over 20?
I do.
20 exactly.
Xyz has 22 passive perception.
Nice, actually, you'll also hear this one. Just there's small whispers as you're walking. And I just lost, goddamn it, I just lost the quip. Never mind, you're fine for right now. Oh, you're so lucky. You're a savage.
Oh, this is going out to a great start already for Marcus.
Oh, I got it, now I remember. Those two guys are watching you as you walk by towards the Elder Druid. And you just hear this. I didn't think druids were supposed to have slaves. That guy goes over. He's probably one of them druids that summons fey creatures and beats them to death. They all slowly turn, including everyone in the party, looking at Giselle, through Giselle.
Through tree dang.
Yep.
Giselle just like looks curiously.
So, she walks over, puts her hand on a tree, and just looks over and goes, I will assume that is not your slave.
That she is not my slave. I do not have any slaves.
Sora smiles. I was joking. My
No,
bad.
she go. She goes, she laughs.
Marcus says, is there a map of the area that we can procure?
But
this happened?
fingers on the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, the bark starts pulling apart, forming an archway.
Huh.
I know this spell. Right this way, Master Marcus. She runs through.
Wait, what the hell? Wait!
She looks as Sora charges into the tree and falls over. Because it hadn't arched. Literally hasn't.
Worth it.
Literally hadn't said it opens the portal yet. It was still forming. A tad too excited, dear. As then the green shimmer comes.
She picks herself up. Looks to Marcus. It was worth
Marcus. Oh God!
it.
You want to get me kicked out of another kingdom, don't you?
Did you see that? Master Marcus told her to go through the portal, and she literally attacked the tree with her face.
Marcus, on the end of your passive perception here. Now he makes her injure herself for his pleasure? That's terrible. Marcus just
Marcus,
probably.
Marcus takes a deep breath and just cracks his neck. And he looks to the party and he said, "Let's go."
My deepest apologies, Marcus.
Marcus nods and just, it's fine. I'm used to it at this point.
You should not.
So as all of you move through the portal, and it shuts behind you, basically putting you on the path with the map that I believe Sora had. For this one.
Yep.
Marcus, you receive a sending.
Okay.
Marcus, I think we've met before. Name's Tom Story. Needed your comments on the recent rumors.
What recent rumors?
The recent rumors? The big thing that just happened? Everyone's talking about it?
The portal opening in the tree? That's not very big.
There's silence for a while. What the? It's okay, I'll come find you at the guild.
Wait, what?
Then just out of sending slots.
Okay.
There's a reporter coming to get your big story.
We have reports.
Xyz looks to Sora. Did you know that spell?
Someone designed a newspaper.
Awesome.
I mean, it's like a quarterly newspaper, but still.
I don't get it. That's amazing.
So they need to hear about Marcus's big story.
Do we see Marcus talking to himself? Like, Marcus,
Muttering.
you alright?
Yes.
I don't think
Marcus's eyes focus and unfocus. He starts running into shit. It's the spell all over again.
Oh, sorry. Takes Marcus by the shoulder. Gotta make sure he doesn't trip over stuff.
I like how your eyes don't actually do it. Like when you're not sending, all you do is mutter some words and you hear them in your head. Everyone puts it like they basically go into a seizure when they receive a sending. I just let it happen because at this point it's entertained me. The people stumbling around and knocking things over. So
I like it for flavor.
Pyra's gonna start just randomly sending to people just to interrupt them when they're walking downstairs.
Roland will just have the conversation with you and keep walking. He's got coordination.
Mm-hmm.
So
He does. A lot of it.
Xyz is gonna look to Sora and ask, "You said you know that spell.
Yes!
What is it?"
Transport via plants.
Oh.
It's a druid spell. If you've seen a tree, you touch one, she touches the one they just came through, and you can
Let's
go
see.
back to where
As you
made
turn
them.
around, you see corpses, animals, people.
Oh.
People?
What kind of people?
It looks like someone was impaled upon a tree branch. Yeah, the tree branch obviously broke off, and it's just the more heavier stub, but jagged through the center of this man's chest.
Would it be medicine to see? I don't know.
Medicine see if he's dead? No, he smells.
No, to look at the wound.
Sure.
Because I was trying to see if it was made from... You know how Irma did the same thing with the tree branch thing? When she was
No,
at
she
Heart of the
used
Forest?
actual trees.
Yeah, that's what I
This
thought
is just a
was.
branch. No, it's a branch on a tree. Like someone broke the tree branch off, and the stub. Like you see when a branch snaps, whether it be snow or whatever, and it kind of gives you that one jagged. Basically, someone lifted and hoisted this man on.
Oh,
You look him over, and a 20 is a pretty good roll. Is anyone else also examining? I'll get you all at once instead of giving X amount of information. If your character would. Sorry.
Can I do an regular investigation?
For
The angle of attack to try to figure out the height of the person
sure.
that ended up spearing him.
Yes.
Xyz will check over and do medicine.
And Tree, I heard you start saying
Yes. Can Giselle just check and see about how long it's been? Like, how recent?
Do the medicine?
wound
Sure.
is?
That'd be also medicine. From you. Okay. Tree, this man might still have a pulse. Same with you, actually. You're like, he might be alive. The rest of them you can smell under 10. That's why. You can't really tell, like, based on it, he has to at least be a medium-sized creature to get, reach up this high. You can hoist him up and put him up there. It is decently high. It'd be like someone like Sora's size or higher. Would have an easier time doing it. But Marcus is what, like 6'1", 6'2"?
6'2".
Marcus could easily put him up there too, given strength.
Definitely bigger than me.
Definitely not a halfling or a gnome. It could have been Gnomon if you threw someone. Let's be fair. And Sora, so you were looking at. There are definitely other kind of some mass claw wounds. This man looks to be, as you look him over, Sora. He was alive at the time that he was impaled here. Died sometime afterwards. Probably slow because it kept pressure on all the wounds. And, didn't, since there was no, it slowed the bleeding. He bled out slowly. It was rough. This was meant to be some sort of sign.
shoot, I relate that to the party.
A sign of warning, I'm assuming?
I would imagine, unless...
You could give me a insight check.
Alright.
And you too, Marcus. I mean, you were in the question part. Sora and Axes, it's possible. Not as much as a sign of warning. I mean, it is a sign of warning, Marcus, for sure. But it reeks to you somewhere of, territorial. This has been claimed. And the punishment, based on what Sora has explained to you, he would have died if they caught him, right? Whoever this was, caught him, he would have died. Would have been quick. Probably still painful, right? But would have been quicker. But because he ventured in, probably to their territory, it was deliberately slow and painful as a warning.
Can Xyz look around and see if there's any other people corpses around?
In your immediate vicinity, even if you don't have to roll for this one, there doesn't seem to be any other people in your immediate vicinity. Now, mind you, there are tall trees. They're everywhere. There are definitely hundreds of places to hide, but in your immediate vicinity where you see, no.
Okay.
Would the okay? First of all, Marcus would point that out to the party. What he was just told about It's kind of a claiming of territory. Are there any kind of markings on this guy besides, of course, the obvious ones? But like any markings to indicate, like if he was from a different city, if he was a traveler, if he, had like druidic symbols on him, if he was a druid, things like that.
So you want a base description of the body first, and
Right.
then you're going to give me an investigation roll, correct?
Correct.
All right. So base description seems to be wearing more of traveler's clothing. However, you do note that, like, looking at his boots, which were not removed, they're definitely insulated. So he probably was coming down from the mountain. Maybe he's exploring, could have been looking for, anything up in the mountains. But he definitely seems to be more the traveler explorer type in investigation.
Okay. Marcus would like to cast guidance on himself beforehand.
Yeah, sure.
Investigation.
Yes, please.
I'll still roll just in case. Okay, so 9.
So a 9. You don't see any other markings or symbols or anything that would lead you to any other information.
Can I roll an investigation to look for any other wounds apart from the stick?
Based on what Sora already pointed them out, there are some, like, what again look to be claw marks on one of his sides and the exposed chest. And she rolled high enough medicine to kind of catch most of those.
Since you had said before that it rains here a lot, would there be any notable footprints that might have shifted in the way that somebody would have stepped if all of a sudden they had additional weight on their body, like lifting a person on a stick?
You can go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Alrighty.
I mean, you guys are kind of all over the area already,
Right.
so it's going to be a higher. It's going to be a
And
higher
that's not
DC,
gonna make
but at the same point,
like
it
to.
goes down because it does rain. Wet ground leaves better tracks.
Can Xyz roll a survival too? Because that's the next thing he start looking for is tracks.
Yeah, if your character would support, and I assume you guys are discussing working as a team. So
Yes.
Amber,
Right.
so Amber says that starts looking, doesn't seem to see anything, doesn't point anything out, so everyone else starts looking. That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, do you want us each to roll a survival?
You do, it's if you would. I mean, Axie's got it. Axie's, the only footprints that seem to shift seem about the size of everyone's footprints, and they're not where he stepped.
Xyz will
Giselle.
point this out.
Lots of halfling footprints that seem to be moving about, and they always lead up to a body.
Have we already determined about how long these have been dead?
Definitely point that out.
Not high enough to have a general time, but within 3 days, you would assume,
Okay.
for the human.
Okay.
Yeah, Giselle would point that out.
Xyz blinks.
And on yours, they seem to be almost panicked, like they run from one to the other to the other.
Point that out as well.
Friends, perhaps? Checking on their fellows?
Hey, Aggie, how you doing?
Maybe they ran away? Do the tracks lead off somewhere?
They lead
What I
deeper in.
thought was maybe it was something humanoid, some beast humanoid thing that would do something like this, but halfling prince, I don't know.
The animals, do they have the same claw marks as the
They are
as
like
the,
ripped open, and as you note, from looking at them, base value, right? Base value,
all right?
it doesn't make sense for a predator. That most of their meat's still there. And what also would note to you, being the druids at least, this comes to you guys quickly, quicker than the other people would start thinking about it, so you could say it. Scavengers haven't touched these bodies. Like, these bodies should have been scavenged by, whether it be birds or, any other...
Worms, insects, something.
They do have some worms and stuff because of the climate, but in terms of, like, actual scavengers that would eat the meat, leaving just, like, bits of it where the worms would come in, none.
Crows, ravens, possums, hawks.
Yep. And you've
Would-
seen them in the area.
Yep.
Would Xyz be able to pick this up because he was like traveling with and doing hunting and all that in his background?
Eventually he could have, but because you have 3 druids here, that's something they're going to notice right away, and they'd tell you, so you would be able to you'd hear it from them just before you would start thinking about that.
Okay.
Marcus looks around and says, yeah, there's something unholy about it.
Some reason the scavengers haven't touched it. I'm not sure what it would be.
The bounty we had mentioned that there's an evil and unnatural aura on the corpses.
You're starting to understand, at least, that this was the report that scouting druid probably brought, with no scavengers. That's probably, like, you look, at least at a base value, they don't seem to be desecrated by any means. So, that probably is what he's referring to, because you don't, at least at this point, you've been up near them. There is no cold shivers or anything like that, or, they obviously aren't raising up and trying to kill you.
Can I cast? Don't know if it's going to work, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Because might as well try it. Can I cast detect evil?
With the duration,
It's
if there's any,
up to 10 minutes.
yeah, I'm just looking. So 30 within 30
Yeah.
feet.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sense anything at this moment in time.
Okay. She would make sure, like everybody knew that she was casting it and that she couldn't really tell anything at the moment. But it will last for 10 minutes and move as I move.
So, are you heading in?
Well, first I'm going to ask this. The way that the bodies and all that are laid out, does it look like they were traveling to this area and got ambushed, or does it look like they were running away from this area, or what have you?
Most of the wildlife you see just seems to have been to what you can see and tell from just looking. Seems to be that they were just found and killed, and they stopped where they were killed.
Okay.
The man obviously seemingly was moved here.
Okay.
So that being said, does it seem like there's any like specific places where they're put, or is it just like they're just killed randomly and they're just left there?
You can roll me a straight intelligence check. I mean, you're gonna roll.
That's the way to do it.
Based on what you see here, there's kind of a pattern to this, right? But you cannot discern what the pattern is. It is higher than a 20 DC.
Okay. He will let them know that he can kind of notice a pattern, but he can't really figure it out.
You figure, like, if you were able to have this was a clearing and you could be up above, you could look at it and probably figure it out. But yeah, based on where you are and looking, the 20 is just not enough, unfortunately.
Alright.
If it was a natural 20, you'd have everything.
Alright. Yeah, he'll relay that, saying there's kind of a pattern, but I can't really tell. I'd have to be
It's a
probably
natural 20.
up higher to tell.
Yeah, it is a natural 27.
I know, but it's a skill check.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
that's
got
right.
you.
It's not combat. Got it.
Gotcha.
That's
All
what I
right.
said. If it was the old system, he'd be fine 'cause it's a natural 20.
Right.
However, because
Okay.
he
I
doesn't have the
misunderstood.
intelligence, yeah. Night, Abby.
Night, Epi.
So,
Sora looks to Marcus.
Marcus looks up at the trees
Mira.
and then looks back to Sora. What's up?
I said Mira. Mira joined.
Oh,
Would you like us to ask what happened?
I'm sorry.
Would you like us to ask the trees what happened? If it's 3 days, it might be too long, but recent. They might know.
Marcus. Marcus snarls. We can try. I can do that. I can ask the trees,
All right.
and we'll see if there's anything that's been happening in the past day. Because or what they saw. So, Marcus is going to go up to the tree, I guess, that the person is on,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to cast Speak with Plants.
Okay. You put your hand on. Do you put your hand down on it as well?
Yes.
You begin to try and speak to anything within 30 feet of you. Any plant life. It's
Mm-hmm.
deadly silent. You put your hand on the tree, and your whole body feels pain. It's like you're almost feeling its pain. It reminds you of something, however. Marcus?
Is it by any chance a tree house?
No, you're not cutting down the treehouse again. You
Okay.
put your hand on it, and
Mhm.
when you were about 5 years ago, in canon, right, not actual time, and 5 years
Correct.
ago,
Right.
when you guys came upon the Deku tree and tried to speak with it, cast any of you tried to get through to it, you just felt the pain and the silence. It reminds you of that.
Okay.
This.
Walk and put his hand on it. And then all of a sudden, Marcus's face just crumbles.
Marcus?
And he starts screaming in pain. But it's like he can't take his hand off the tree.
Marcus. Sora would move over and take his hand off the tree?
When Sora takes Marcus's hand off the tree, he'll just fall to the ground and basically crab walk, so to speak, back on his backside, and just look up horrified, shaking.
Marcus.
And
What was it? Sora reaches to touch the tree.
You also get this sense of pain, even without the spell up. You don't get the silence, the deafening silence, but you do, as a druid, you just can feel the pain of the tree.
Sora looks to Marcus.
Marcus just shaking. He's like, nothing, 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 nothing. No voice, no voice, no voice, no voice.
And you crab walked away from the tree technically towards the bodies, right?
Correct.
Maybe a wisdom save.
Oh, this is going to end so well.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be good at these, Marcus. Come on.
No, he was a fighter first. He doesn't have proficiency.
Right.
At 20, come on. Show up all the other druids.
Now that you've said that, I was waiting. That one. No.
You hit a part, and you make contact with the body, and you realize that you're pretty far in from the outside, just as you were freaked out by that. just a sense of dread and foreboding just comes over you. You're not sure where, and to my knowledge, you've never dealt with anything like this, so you have no grasp of what this is. And if I'm wrong, just be aware.
Okay, no problem. Of course, Marcus touches, I guess, one of the bodies, not the animals, but one of the humans.
No, it's one of the animals that you just make contact with. That's what stops you from skirting back. You make contact with
Right.
something.
Okay,
It's
so
not from touching the body, it's just the area.
okay, so Marcus just says no, 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 no.
Xyz looks at Marcus and then Sora, and then, being the curious, slightly dumb monk he is, he walks up to the tree and puts his hand on it, though doesn't really expect much.
Sora moves over to
That's a
Marcus.
tree.
Amber
Sora,
went
wisdom
over.
save.
Wisdom save?
Not only from Sora. She's the only one that's approached Marcus. Yeah, that's my. I think Amber was going, but we'll just do one at a time. So you can be the judge.
Yeah, I was gonna have Amber reach out to touch the tree because he has no idea
we'll do
what's
that
going
next.
on.
So let's do Sora's.
Yep.
You feel nothing when you touch it other than it's a tree. You're just not attuned in that type of way like the druids are.
Way to roll a 2, Sora.
Yeah,
Like,
Sora,
it just looks-
to my knowledge, you have not dealt with this either. You kind of go to Marcus and you just hit your knees, like you just get onto your knees, and the sense of like a foreboding dread is around you.
What? What? That doesn't feel no.
And Amber, you touch the tree.
That doesn't feel no.
Amber touches the tree.
You feel the pain. You don't hear this again. Don't hear the deafening sounds. You don't speak the plants up, but you feel pain from it. It hurts. Like it's hurting. I mean, it's small bits of pain to you because you make contact with it, but that's it.
Since Amberwind's already making contact, his first instinct would be to utilize a summer bomb
Okay, on yourself or the tree.
on the tree.
It's not technically a creature because it's not awakened. So
Yep.
it just you attempt to. It fails, but you don't lose the bomb.
Yep, that's just the first instinct that Amber would have.
Just scenario for everyone else so they're aware.
Yep.
Of mechanic wise.
So Xyz looks to the other,
Both roads are crippled over in what seems
Yeah.
to be freer.
to the more experienced druids, then he looks to Amberwind, down at his hand, and over at Giselle. He just looked really confused at this point.
The trees are in pain. There's it hurts. Marcus?
Marcus is just the trees don't talk. The tree don't talk. There is no words. There is no words. Tiku does not talk.
I'm going to approach the druids.
Xyz looks at Amber. Did you feel any pain from the tree?
It's all pain. It's all pain. Doesn't go away. Stays there. Stays there.
Xyz looks at Giselle. So,
Well,
apparently the tree's hurt. The druids aren't okay, apparently, either.
Giselle will walk over to Amber,
Mhm.
place a hand on Amber's shoulder, and say, "We need to get rid of whatever is corrupting them."
I tried to
And then
heal it.
look.
Go ahead.
And then she's gonna look at Sora and Marcus. She's gonna walk over to them.
Okay, wisdom save.
Yep. Oh, of
To
course.
her knees, both you put your hands on your head, and you are terrified, and it goes silent. Like every tree is trying to talk to you, but it's all silent at once. It's a deafening silence.
Giselle just has like her hands over her ears, like she's trying to block something out, but there's nothing. This is the sound that she is not used to. She was born and raised in the forest. She's used to all sorts of these noises, and they're just not there.
Marcus looks at Axes and looks at
Amber? Axis
yes,
Amber,
couldn't remember that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Look at Axis Amber and say, no, don't, not here. Stay there.
Xyz looks to Ember. You're the only druid not on their knees.
I tried to heal it. The pain didn't stop. The balm didn't work.
If you take your hand off the tree, by the way, Amber, which you can, the sensation of pain that you feel does go away.
Amberwind would be hesitant to remove his hand because of the fact of being a druid and everything. But as he goes to withdraw his hand, he will reach out with silent speech and try to use that to speak to the tree.
Nothing.
Silence. Even into the very mind of the tree itself, I can't speak.
Marcus looks at Sora and looks at Giselle, and he's like, and he's just trying to will himself back up. He's looking and goes, must stop. Must stop.
What would you roll?
17.
You do pull yourself up.
Marcus, before he pulls himself up, he's like, must stop. Roll a fine. Protect. And then he says, be your name. Be the Dawnburner. Be what he made you for. And he'll try to drag Sora and Giselle out.
As soon as you get up,
Mm-hmm.
I swear you hear crying. Those of you that are standing, they're not in that deathly silence. You hear it sounds like a young girl crying deeper in the woods.
Can I roll to see if it's an illusion?
It's a sound.
Okay.
So, it could
Alright.
be an illusion, but you
Right.
don't have the necessary information to kind of illusory or not. Basically, the two that are down on the ground can't hear it,
Mm-hmm.
and Axes and Amber, who haven't moved forward, can also hear it.
Okay. Marcus is going to try to drag Sora and Giselle out.
They are dead weight, by the way. I don't think you move.
Right.
Oh, you have a belt, don't you? Your belt's giant strength.
Yes, sir. Fire giant strength.
Yeah, you can easily try and drag Sora out and Giselle out.
Okay.
Their effects do not dissipate.
Okay.
Sora looks up to Marcus.
Marcus looks at Sora and says, "You must fight. We can't allow this to keep on going. You must fight."
She mumbles a few words in Druidic, and she nods. She'll try to stand.
Wisdom save.
Like,
You gotta roll a what?
I don't think I
You gotta roll a
more
5
more
or
than
higher.
more than
Yeah.
like a 2 I rolled last time.
Sora does a kip up and everything. You know, she kicks herself up to her feet.
Marcus looks at Sora and goes, that was easy."
Nixie's blinks at Sora.
Sora bows her head to Marcus. I
Marcus
had a good
look-
example.
Marcus looks at Giselle. "What would your sisters think looking at you like this? Fight. Stand up."
She will try to stand.
Now that I'm up, do I hear the crying?
Yeah.
What the heck?
As Giselle also gets herself up.
Marcus and his words of encouragement.
Right?
They're spot on.
Whenever Giselle gets up, let me see how long this lasts. It only lasts for a minute, so it's not worth it. Never mind.
Marcus looks towards the
You
crying.
also realize your concentration was broken the second you
Yep.
fell to it.
Yep. That was my dryer.
Your concentration broke on your dryer? That's impressive.
Dry, not too warm, but dry.
Ah!
So, by
still
the
wet.
way, after Sora kipped up, Xyz has just kind of been staring at the direction of the crying because it disturbs him.
Sora leans over and gives Marcus a hug. Then leans down and gives down. God, you're so tiny. Amberwyn a hug.
Sora drops to the ground and gives everyone a hug and then kip ups again. Done.
There we
That's
go.
how good her role was.
She's doing burpees.
Amberwind would have happily hugged back.
Marcus looks at the group and goes, I don't know what's in there. But whatever it is, this has to end.
It does.
Who knows? Perhaps.
I really don't like it.
Hey, I'm Marcus. Maybe a Constitution save.
Perhaps the crying is a druid that wandered over here and then tried to help or something.
Yeah. You look down at your right hand is tingling,
Mm-hmm.
and you rolled really well, so you're good. But your hand's covered in some sort of black vile liquid. It's literally trying to find its way into an open wound.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Marcus looks at his hand and he's just like, what now?
Wipe it off. Take it off you.
Try to, yeah.
Sure. Kind of get it all off on the ground.
Does it look like it's moving? Or
No. That was just that's the reason for cuts. It was seeing if you got into any open wound that you might have on your hand.
Okay. Does he'll look at the other two and see? He'll look at everybody, and see if they have any of that ooze on them.
Nope, you do a bit of contact with them bodies.
Okay. Marcus looks at the body and then looks back at the party. It came from them.
So whatever killed them, then.
Looking at it, like I assume he points it out where he smeared it on the ground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it blood? Would it be nature to see what it is, or
Roll
medicine?
me a nature or an alchemist.
Okay. I
Or
don't
an
have
arcana. One of the three.
alchemist.
Can
May
I might have to
Xyz roll
nature.
nature?
Yeah,
May-
anyone can. Nature, arcana. Sora! Well, there we go. Instantly looks at it. Good God, 35.
Right?
Sora. It's literal blight. Like it's what happens if you blighted something. And like if you blighted something to death, say like a plant or a tree, it just becomes this black vile liquid. It's like concentrated blight.
That's blight. That's it. If you had a plant or a tree and you killed it,
Oh, right.
it's worse.
Marcus remembers Perrin whenever he had did it have the same kind of thing that Perrin had?
Hold on a second. Firefly DM. She would get this first, I think,
Yeah.
based on her number. That's a yes to my question.
Yes.
Going in the same line of you. Had you failed your con save, you would have been. That shit would have got in your blood. It would have started trying to kill you from the inside.
So I would say I knew a druid. My friends, they had something like this. It was killing him. But it's usually a sign of a dark druid, but he wasn't. I don't know why someone would be trying this. What are the odds, Sev, that it's the druid that we met from the druid that we heard about from the other mission?
Yeah?
I don't know.
Not unreasonable.
Sora would mention it, just on the off chance. Black, viscous stuff. I mean, there was the shard of Pierce that vampire.
Gulfus.
The Golfus. Mm-hmm.
Sev,
Mhm.
would you want me to make a roll to know what blight does, like the spell?
Blight's in the
Because
I would think that it might
he
just
was-
be easy enough that they explain it to you too, as you're
well,
trying, trying to call
he's
it.
also been told, like in his background, because
Yeah, make me a
he-
history check.
lived with the cleric. History check, okay.
No, it doesn't ring a bell. Like you've heard of the spell, but you don't know what it does.
Yeah, you
druids
can't
then
remember
The
right
druids
now.
then explain it to you
Okay.
to refresh your memory because everyone's sharing information.
So then he would bring up the point that blight really just like screws over plants.
It does. I mean, if that had gotten into any of your wound, it would have killed you. Like, don't touch any of the
Probably
animals.
a slow process. But
Slow.
yes.
Yeah. She would mention it was slow.
Marcus looks at the woods and then looks at the others. The crying's still going on.
Oh yeah.
What do you want to do?
I'd like to investigate the crying, see if it's someone who needs help.
Yeah.
Marcus looks at Amber.
Amber would not.
Marcus looks at Giselle.
Giselle.
Marcus looks at the party and says, if, I understand. And he'll take a deep breath and step into the forest.
Okay. You guys start tracking the crying as it echoes towards. You get about 50 to 60 feet in. Again, dense wood was hard to see. And you get by a tree line. You look at the back end of it, and it's black melting down. And you look as every tree is blighted and slowly just becoming mush. Dripping, like massive, 500-600 feet tall, beautiful redwood trees, right? Rain just, there's no rain, they're basically almost like self-collapsing down into the pools. The ground almost becoming covered in this blight.
The trees.
Ah,
Staticy's tree. Staticy.
someone static eat us.
Xyz looks around at all the blighted destruction with a big frown on his face.
Does the crime seem closer, or
Yeah, you never get closer.
Marcus looks at the party?
Straight in, stealth. Which I doubt. Might know we're coming. I don't know.
If we go straight in, there's the chance that we get some of this blight on us too.
I mean, it's not, it hasn't really spread, but you can tell that it's going to eventually cover the entire ground. There's still paths of safe ground to walk on.
Marcus presses the acorn against his chest at the destruction of the trees.
Feels almost cold to the touch, even through the amber.
Well, no, the acorn he got in the temple.
Isn't that the same one in the amber?
No, it's a different one. It's a different one.
Oh, then that's cold to the touch.
Okay, that's cool. Marcus shivers a little bit. And he looks at the group. Do y'all still wish to continue?
You should find out who or what was crying. Emberwind will then look towards Sora and ask, should we try to send a message to the Archdruid?
If they don't know about this, they should. She's like looking out at all the trees in horror.
I can send to her.
Everyone nods. That would definitely be a lot quicker than sending an animal messenger.
Okay.
Do you cast sending?
I will cast sending.
You begin to send your message as your spell fails and you lose your spell slot. Magic is still here. You cannot send out of here.
Oh goodness. She will mention that.
Sora's gaze tears from the trees and looks to Giselle. What?
It's not working. I can.
Do we need to step out?
Try that. Maybe. If it's an area.
We can try it.
Let's step out. Let's step out of the woods. And then, if you want to try again, you can try again.
At some point, Exceeds would mention that if there's going to be a problem with magic and everyone but himself is a caster, basically a caster, then that's a problem.
Marcus, you have Druid Graft, right?
Yes. Yes.
He takes a seed, magic works. It just seems to be sending.
Are there any small birds around?
No wildlife whatsoever.
Keeping information out.
You guys start turning around, leaving? For the sending? I assume?
Sora's walking backwards.
There's a scream. And a cry. Help! And they go silent.
Sora spares one glance to the party. If we can save someone, should we go?
Marcus takes a deep breath. He has to. He has to. He's going to go towards the voice.
Amberwind will go to follow.
Exceeds will follow.
Yep, so Giselle.
So, picking up the pace, I assume, Marcus?
Yes.
You come to this small clearing. There's a little halfling girl who seems to be almost half in this blight, trying to cling on. You know, as whatever like stump she was on has collapsed. She's trying to pull herself out of this puddle. The far side.
How big is it?
The pool she's in, she's on like it's a decent sized pool on the other side, but there's a path up to her.
How big's the clearing?
It's amazing you should ask. That's why I get a map. So let me just polygon the blight pool for you.
Yeah, the blight pool. Ew. I mean, it's a little one. I mean, if no one stops where she's gonna go and get her. So, I mean, that's.
Give me 1 second here. So that's basically
Here.
Yep. Let me just make sure that this is all zoomed in properly. It seems to be. And we'll switch to combat. Things that they can see the map.
Right.
So the halfling is still in the blight pool, right?
So as you move up there, she grabs like, help me! Plays like just grabbing at your neck with her hands.
Of course! Here, hold on!
You pull her
What's
out.
your name? Yes!
Exceeds will help Sora if she needs it.
Oh, of course you guys are good people. She then shimmers, and we have initiative.
Or backhands the child. No! How dare you?
However, it does have a surprise room.
I couldn't imagine Sora like pulling the child out of a blight pool and then just backhanding the frick out of the child.
I can. I can.
Backhand the
because-
kid right back into the ooze.
Nice roll, Sora.
Thank you. So, if you could do that. Wait, does he still have his hands around my neck?
Yeah.
This is incredibly awkward for the both of us. I think he's heavy. I bet he is. Because I picture she had like scoop the kid up, like go over on the shoulder thing, and then he transformed into this giant Oni. It's just awkward all the way.
All of a sudden, I Want to Know What Love Is starts playing.
He just grabs by both Sora, and he looks straight at you as everyone's in, and says, just lifts her up off the ground, and then puts in one hand. You're a druid, aren't you?
Yes? Where are you?
This will be my pleasure. And you watch as this black kind of looks like a glaive, but it's formed out of the blight. He strikes at you twice.
Oh! Okay, cool.
You need a hit, right?
No! AC 18.
Alright. So, that's that one's turn.
Oh, good.
That one's turn. Wonderful.
Sorry, you're up close and personal. Give me a free investigation check.
Okay. I don't think I could get much closer to him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, you could if you don't mind
There's-
being inside
There's
it.
some sort of marker on the head. You can't make it out though. Enough to see that it's there, but literally gain zero details about it. And the rest appear, walking out, each of them extending their hand as these light made weapons form. Sorry, it's your turn. Your feet are dangling. You're being choked out, but you managed to wiggle enough not to get stabbed.
Huzzah! Guys, there's an evil on its forehead. I can't make it out. That's probably because I'm losing consciousness. There's more of them. If you guys don't see them, has a glaive made of the blight stuff. Don't get stabbed. She looks back to what's its face. Hi.
Just holding you there, smirks. It's your turn.
Now see, this thing shapeshifted.
It did.
It did. Sora's gonna moonbeam it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll make a con save.
I believe in it. That was third level.
Did you say, yeah, how do you have a
You did
DC
not have a DC
36?
36, I'll tell you that one.
Oh,
Gee.
You rolled
know.
something that says rolling save.
oh.
Alright, what's your proficiency bonus?
It's like 5.
What's your wisdom?
Also a 5.
Should be 18. It passes.
Okay. Well, that's what it says on the
24.
little cogwheel.
Yeah, I don't know why it rolled. That was weird. So 21 to 12. He just hits it. It laughs.
We're crying. You don't need help.
No.
Do you?
I do. Would you like to help me?
Yeah.
Then die.
Oh.
Anything else, sir?
Can I move?
No, you're grappled.
Well, that's a thing. So. Yeah, I think that's her turn.
Axes.
Okay. So, his first instinct would be to try to stun this thing, but because it has Sora, he doesn't really know what to do. Because, I mean, if it's stunned, it won't really let her go, will it?
No, it's mostly locked into place.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I will stab its unconscious form. It's fine.
I imagine with just a glance around, he can see most of the other ones.
Actually, since you're not being held by it, give me a free perception check.
Okay.
Its feet aren't even touching the ground.
Oh, that's fun.
Sorry,
I guess-
basically when Superman grabbed him as he's levitating.
Is
Oh,
he
God.
is he out of reach for
No,
him?
no, you're still
Okay.
in reach. Just, it's something that you would know.
Okay, then I guess he'll try to make attacks because he can't just let Sora be held. So he'll try to hit it.
How
Well-
tall is this guy?
Not stunning.
Like 13 feet tall.
I rarely meet people taller than me.
The first one misses, the second one hits. The third one misses.
Okay, so I'll just roll the second one.
Craig says, Merry Christmas, advantages to all. $10 donation. Thank you, Craig.
I used the second damage, just so you know.
Oh, it's because you're two-handed?
Yep.
Oh no, you have unarmed strike as a D6 and a D8. What's your martial arts die?
I rolled the quarterstaff damage.
Oh, okay, it just came
But-
under unarmed strike. Gotcha.
Right now,